In the vast, sun-scorched heart of the desert, where the sand dunes whisper ancient secrets, lived two sisters, twins born of the serpent tribe. They were mesmerizing, with scales that shimmered like 1,000 tiny jewels, and eyes that held the mystery of the twilight sky. But though they shared the same serpentine grace, their hearts were worlds apart. The elder sister, Zeta, was as gentle as the desert dawn. Her scales were the color of warm gold, and her heart was filled with a deep-seated kindness. She would guide lost travelers to oases, her soft hiss a calming melody in the harsh landscape. The desert creatures, from the smallest beetle to the swiftest gazelle, knew her as a friend. They said the flowers bloomed a little brighter wherever she passed. Her twin, Lyra, was a stark contrast. Her scales were a cold, obsidian black, beautiful but dangerous, like a moonless night. Where Zeta was kind, Lyra was cruel. Her heart harbored a biting jealousy, a venom that poisoned her thoughts. She saw Zeta's goodness not as a virtue, but as a weakness. She reveled in causing fear, her hiss a chilling threat that sent animals scattering. Their fragile peace was shattered the day a young man, a poet named Kale, wandered into their domain. He was lost, his water skin empty, his lips cracked from the relentless sun. Zeta found him near collapse at the foot of a great rock. With a gentle touch, she coiled beside him, offering the shade of her own body and guiding him to a hidden spring he would never have found alone. As Kyle recovered, he was captivated by Zeta's gentle spirit and her mesmerizing, golden beauty. He spent days with her, sharing stories of his world, of cities and seas, and she, in turn, shared the silent language of the desert. A bond, pure and unexpected, began to form between the human and the snake. Love, a concept Zeta had only heard in the whispers of the wind, began to bloom in her heart. Lyra watched from the shadows, her black eyes burning with a furious envy. Why him? Why her? She saw Cal's affection for Zeta as a prize that had been stolen from her. She believed his attention belonged to her, the more striking, more powerful sister. Her jealousy festered, twisting into a dark and terrible plan. One evening, as Kale and Zeta sat by the spring, sharing a moment of quiet connection under the stars, Lyra emerged from the darkness. "Sister!" she hissed, her voice dripping with false sweetness. "You are a fool. Humans are weak and treacherous. He will abandon you." Zeta simply replied, "You see only treachery because that is what lives in your own heart, Lyra. I see kindness." Enraged by her sister's unwavering faith, Lyra lunged, not at Zeta, but at Kale. Her fangs, dripping with a potent venom, were aimed straight for his heart, but Zeta was faster. In a flash of gold, she threw herself in front of Kale, taking the full force of her sister's bite. As the venom coursed through her, a strange thing happened. Instead of dying, Zeta's golden scales began to glow with an intense, warm light. The love she felt, pure and selfless, was a power far greater than Lyra's poison. The venom was neutralized, leaving her unharmed. Lyra stared in disbelief, her plan foiled. The desert itself seemed to pass judgment. The rage, the hate, the cold jealousy that had defined her entire life began to consume her from within. Her obsidian scales lost their luster, turning dull and gray. Her fluid form grew rigid, her hiss silenced forever. Before Zeta and Kale's astonished eyes, Lyra, the cruel snake twin, turned completely to stone. Her petrified form became a permanent statue in the desert, a chilling monument to the destructive power of jealousy. And Zeta, forever bound to the humans she saved, learned a profound lesson. It wasn't their shared blood or their serpentine nature that defined them, but the choices they made. One chose love and found life. The other chose hatred and became a lifeless effigy, a permanent, painful warning whispered on the desert wind for all eternity.